Hey loggers, I want to thank you for your support so far. Together we can build a wonderful community and expand this creepy universe even further. Help me reach 500 subscribers. Something very big is coming. Now without further ado, when we reach 500, the next door opens. What waits beyond is something I can't face alone. Join the logs. Stay aware. Stay afraid. Let's dive into today's story. They say you only see him once. By then, it's already too late. I moved to the cabin in November, just before the snow came heavy. It's tucked deep in a forest near the Polish-Slovak border, a place the locals called Krivolas, or the Crooked Woods. They didn't say much about it, just that the trees weren't right, and to never follow the sounds after dark. I thought it was superstition, just rustic paranoia, until I heard them myself. The first sound came on the 6th night. I was chopping firewood just before dusk when I heard it from the far ridge. 3 whistles. Not bird song, not wind. Perfect. Human. Each one a little higher than the last. I stopped. The forest fell quiet, all the way quiet. Even the snow seemed to hush. I looked toward the ridge. Nothing. That night, I had a dream I don't remember. I woke up with muddy feet and the front door half open. I told myself I forgot to close it, but the boots by the door were dry. The next day I found a set of tracks about 50 meters from the cabin. They weren't mine. They were deep, wrong shape, not boots, barefoot but misshapen, the toes too long, the arches bent inward. They started at the base of a pine and ended halfway across a clearing. Just stopped, as if the thing had lifted off the ground mid-stride. I stopped going outside after sunset after that. Didn't stop the dreams though. The locals don't talk about the Crooked One directly, but you can hear it in the pauses between sentences, the way they avoid mentioning the woods after snow, the way every story ends the same. But he never came back. It's always men, always alone, and always during winter. One night I walked into the village tavern and asked, straight out, if anyone had seen anything strange up in Krivolas. An old man near the stove didn't look at me, just muttered, if he whistles, you don't answer. If he knocks, you don't open. And if you see him, you forget your own name. I laughed at the time. I'm not laughing now, because 2 nights ago, I heard it again. 3 whistles, this time closer. I locked the door, shut every window, turned off all the lights. Then came the knocking. Not on the door, from the roof. Software rhythmic, like someone was crawling across the shingles on broken limbs, dragging something heavy behind them. It circled for nearly an hour, then silence. Yesterday I found a gift on the porch, a dead fox, cleanly gutted, its body curled like a child sleeping. No blood, no smell. Its eyes were missing. In their place, someone had pushed in doll's eyes, both blue, both glass. I buried it. Tonight I'll sleep with a knife under the pillow. But if the knocking comes again, I don't know if I'll be strong enough not to answer. Last night I didn't sleep. I sat in the corner of the cabin with every candle lit, the fire burning, and the knife gripped in my hand so tight my fingers went numb. I told myself I wouldn't look outside no matter what I heard. I almost made it, until the whistling came again. But this time, it was inside the walls. It started behind the fireplace. 3 whistles, rising in pitch, so close I could hear the air shake inside them. The fire cracked once, sharply, and then the flames bent left, like the air itself had turned. Then came the creaking, floorboards moving above me. Except there's no second floor. Then the voice, not outside, not from the woods, from the mirror. It whispered my name. No, not my name. The name I'd forgotten. The one I haven't used since I was a child. Before I ever moved. Before the things I buried me. The voice said it like a question. Then it laughed. I covered the mirror with a blanket. I covered every reflective surface, glass, water, even the stove metal, because every one of them had started to feel hollow, like if I looked too long, I'd see something else blink from the wrong side. At 3:33 a.m. the knocking returned, not on the door, on the inside of the windows, all of them, soft taps from the center of the panes, like knuckles gently testing glass. I backed into the closet, stayed there, didn't breathe. That's when I saw his shadow for the first time. He moved like he didn't remember how legs worked. Long, uneven strides, limbs bending backward at the joints. His silhouette flickered at the edges, like old film burning frame by frame. But the worst part? He was smiling. A wide, warped grin that stretched too far, pulled across where his face should be. And from that expression, I understood. This wasn't a monster that hunted. It waited. It offered. At 4 a.m., everything stopped. No sound, no wind, just silence, and a slip of parchment on the floor beneath the front door. I don't know how it got there. It had one sentence written in tiny, looping handwriting. You looked. I left this morning, didn't pack, didn't lock the door. I just walked through the trees, ignoring the footprints that followed beside mine, even though I was alone. When I reached the edge of the forest, the snow stopped, like the woods had been holding it, waiting to let go. I don't know where I'll go, but I've been writing this in a cafe far from the village, and just now a man walked past the window outside. He was tall, wore a black coat, and as he passed the glass, his reflection didn't move. It just stood there, grinning, waiting